Some Seahawks fans may not remember, but Jim Johnson was Seattle's defensive coordinator in 1998. He left when Mike Holmgren signed, but if you're looking for a revenge angle, you're at the wrong site. Johnson is one of the more famous purveyors of the fire zone. The fire zone, or more broadly, zone blitzes, are defined by their use of non-traditional pass rushers and non-traditional pass defenders. Essentially, linemen are deployed in coverage, and the linebackers and defensive backs are blitzed. It works because it can ambush offensive lines, both with blitzing and not blitzing, and by creating free blitzers. It also works because it matches a blitz with a confusing and or unorthodox coverage scheme. A fire zone in of itself is not rare or particular to Johnson. John Marshall is known to use this old saw. The left is overloaded while the typical outlet on the right is covered by the surprise zone of the defensive end. Attempting to target a hot read on the left, the quarterback faces two potentially undesirable choices: tossing across his momentum, assuming he's rolling right, or missing the left outside linebacker, cutting across and appearing in the underneath zone. What makes Jim Johnson deadly is that he seeks a team's weakness, blitzes continually, and fakes blitzes. Against the Bears, Johnson rushed 4, but was able to generate the kind of instantaneous, play-killing pass rush of an expertly executed all-out blitz. He did it with deception. Before the snap, he lines Brian Dawkins and Stuart Bradley between the tackles. The two give the spasming runner stance universally recognized as signified blitz, but at the snap, both break into an underneath cover in the middle of the field. The trick? Eagles defensive linemen each rush outside. The tight end and tackles are overwhelmed, and the guards and center are left without players to block. Defensive tackle Dan Klecko records the sacks, a -6. Key to beating Johnson's defense is the ability to read the blitz, audible, and or find the weak spot. A lineman dropping coverage may make a time-killing decoy, but Trent Cole, Jaquan Parker, and company are not tenable pass defenders if targeted. A team with a savvy center can adjust blocking schemes to prevent free blitzers. A team with steady production and a quarterback with a strong read can find the hot route and exploit the weak defender. Thinking this, I consulted Pro Football Reference to see how the king of pre-snap reads, audibles, and all-world vision did against the Eagles, Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. Though the Colts and Eagles have only played 3 games since Johnson became Philly's defensive coordinator, the results could not be more striking. The Colts have scored 44, 35, and 45 points. In each, that was over twice the average points allowed by that year's Eagles defense, and in each, the Colts recorded 420 more yards of total offense. Unfortunately for Seattle, Chris Spencer is still learning to make pre-snap reads. The Seahawks run a pretty strict zone blocking scheme that doesn't make substantial adjustments for opposing defenses, and Seneca Wallace is just learning to find his outlets and hot routes. On the plus side, Eagles have struggled most this season at defending tight ends and running backs.